Hey guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. My name is Heiko, and you look at the tanned Heiko. We just came back from Hawaii yesterday, so this is my first shave being back home. While I was in Hawaii on the big island, I used to shave with this puppy here, which is an abomination. It's so scrapey. I'm not making this up. It's a Gillette, kind of the 3-bladed variety. I guess this is the plastic version of the Mark III. But yeah, it's very scrapey. You have to use a lot of pressure to get a good result. And then I had two options. I had the Palm Olive shave cream, and I also had a Tabak Original soap stick with me. So I pretty much only used the Tabak Original. And then I had this as aftershave, and that's pretty much all I had. And yeah, I tried to do a live stream with you guys while we were standing on the rim of a volcano that was actively erupting, but that didn't turn out because it was super windy and I didn't have a wireless microphone with me. If I would have had that, probably would have turned out okay. I just used the microphone on my cell phone and, you know, wind noise and all that. So I cut that off pretty quickly. Just wanted to say hi at that point when I did this live stream and excuse myself from shaving in front of camera just for that 1 week. So now we're back at home. I want to do one of those really comfortable, you know, Proraso green, some more Proraso green. You guys have seen it many times, but I haven't used it in a while. We're also going to use the Proraso green pre-shave here. So this is all going to come out today. We're going to use one of those pretty Yachi synthetic knot ones. This one here is the one with the underwater scene and the big old coin at the bottom. Oop, upside down that way. So really cool looking brushes they make. The knots are really good. And we're going to use Proraso because that's kind of like my comfort food, so to speak. And I want to use a razor that I haven't used in a while. This is the Razor Company. That's a webpage, therazorcompany.com. They make their own products. And I just went back to see if they actually still sell the aluminum version. And I realized that they have added to their product line quite significantly. So this one here is the aluminum, what do they call it? The double-edged safety razor black aluminum, costs $50. It's not exclusively aluminum because all the load-bearing pieces, like the threaded insert here, this is stainless, and also there's a little nylon washer. So the threaded insert here, that's stainless, and then the alignment pins are also drilled in and put into the aluminum base plate, and they're also stainless. And then even on the inside of the handle is a thread insert. Some people might know it as a helicoil, which is supposedly a repair method. If you have an aluminum piece and you strip out the thread, then you can drill it larger, tap it in a larger diameter thread with the same pitch as the original, and then you have a thread insert, and they use this here to make the threaded portion in here stronger. So, and yeah, I haven't used this. This one here is the level 1. They make level 1 and level 2 base plates, and you can on their webpage pick whichever one you want. I also looked at the rest of their product line, and I think, did it say how many products they make here? No. Oh, apparently under the brand name of the Razor Company, they currently have 300. I want to say, I just saw the number here, 300. Every time I get to the bottom of the page to see the number, it loads more products. 363, whatever. Anyways, they make mugs and baseball caps and soaps and towels and lots of razors now. So there are, I just accidentally put something in my shopping cart. Yeah, t-shirts and whatnot. So lots of merchandise, but you can also get brushes, just the knots without a handle. If you have something vintage that you want to refurbish, lots of different soaps. I think I even have a soap here and a aftershave that I haven't used in a while, but they stopped making it. It's the Orenda, which is, yeah, small batch soap and small batch aftershave, but we're going to use Proraso today. I just wanted to use the razor one more time. And then, yeah, let's filter this here and just talk about the razors that they currently have. Razor Company, product type, razors. Apparently also razor blades. I don't have any razor blades from them. So the The one we have here in aluminum, the black aluminum for $49, they make also in stainless steel. And they also have level 1 and level 2. You can also buy the plate only. So if you feel like you want to buy the level 1 and then you find out, oh, it's way too mild, you can buy the level 2 plate. I'm talking about the stainless steel version. Looks identical, just made out of stainless steel, and it's $80. And that's not bad. They have other, the black aluminum, the twist to open. They have one with a wooden handle. They have all kinds of razors now. So when they first started out making their own products, they only had this one here. I was one of their testers, I guess. They sent me one package with soap and aftershave, and then this razor, and then maybe they didn't like my review, but we have never talked to each other again, pretty much. But I still have this razor. It's still a company out there. I've bought some stuff from their webpage in the subsequent months, but I haven't gotten anything free from them. This one here was a freebie for review, and I really liked it, but then for whatever reason, I just never touched it again. So it has been a while, and this is the level 1, which is the milder of the two. Is a neutral blade gap, not neutral blade gap, neutral blade exposure. What I wanted to point out here on this is kind of special to this razor. By the way, it's marked made in the United States. It also says TRC on there, which is the razor company, and then level 1. It's all here on this base plate. And the base plate actually has the alignment pins, where in most cases, a 3-piece razor, the alignment pins are always part of the top cap and where the threaded stud is. But so you, oh, I just dropped the nylon washer, as I always do. So you have to kind of figure out how you want to put this together. Put the base plate on your hand, but then the blade is just floating, and then you have to push the, it's a little different than on most other 3-piece razors, where the threaded stud and the alignment pins are attached to the same piece. Here in this case, it's opposite sides. And then you tighten it down. I found the nylon washer there. The specs real quick, since they have it published on their webpage here. Let's go to it real quick. Weight is supposed to be 40 grams. Handle is 89 millimeters long. Handle diameter is 12 millimeters. The material is 6061 aluminum. And then the stainless steel threaded insert is billet aluminum with 18.8 stainless steel threaded insert. That's only the handle. Oh, now I see. What's going on here? Why do they talk about 2 different threads? The handle and the stud, of course, have to be the same thread size, right? So I have no idea. There is a weight listed here, and then a thread standard 1032. But then the handle is 18.8, and the head, little head material, aluminum with this 18.8 stainless steel pins and post. No idea. Anyways, and level 1 is 0.76 millimeters blade gap and a neutral blade exposure. Fully covered blade tabs, they point out. It's actually pretty nice. It's kind of chamfered off a little bit here on the sides, so that's really nice as well. That's one of my pet peeves. Anyways, let's get started with some pre-shave. Proraso green here, creamy version. Just rub it in. Softens the stubbles, protects the skin, at least for the first pass, I guess. And it smells good, it's mentholated. Very good. And gotta pause here real quick. Forgot to fill my sink. What am I thinking?
5 minutes later.
All right, I'm back. Water-filled sink, all cold water, because I still feel like I'm in Hawaii. It's still kind of feeling hot. I do have a little bit of a sunburn, on my shoulders and my chest. Last day, of course, the day before we flew back, I had to get the sunburn, and I just put a feather blade in there, the high stainless, one-time use off of my magnet. And let's put a little bit of water on my pre-shave here. Just work it in a little more. A little bit of moisture on your skin will help the lather as well, because if you put lather on your dry skin, it will absorb a lot of water immediately, and that dries out your lather, and that's counterproductive. Synthetic knot. I just noticed that my bristles here are bent a little bit. I have them all sit next to each other in a little spice rack, and I must have, you know, bent a couple bristles, but not too worried about it. So I got it wet, and now we're going straight into my little plastic mug here, Proraso green. I love that stuff, mentholated, very fresh, and energizing, invigorating, all that good stuff. And then since the pug is down at the bottom, I can't really lather in here until I have a full lather. I can only load my brush, and that's what I usually do. And then I transfer it over into my face. If the brush is too wet, you start slinging lather all over the place. So I occasionally shake it off into the sink, so I'm not dripping on myself. Oh, it feels good. Nice and cool. The mentholation is already kicking in. Then I tip my, just the top of the knot into my emesis basin that I always keep some fresh water in. And now I already have it on my t-shirt. Great. Just want to hydrate everything. Make sure the lather is nice and shiny. I'd say that's good. So the razor here is the milder of the two razors that they sell, the level 1 and the level 2. We have level 1. The handle is a little bit on the slick side. This doesn't have any knurling on it. There are a couple flutes here that help, but it's a little on the slick side. And now we're going to start shaving. Feather blade. Oh, finally back to a DE razor. I gotta say, even though I'm unhappy with the shave result of one of those plasticky ones here, 3 blades, you can get a pretty smooth shave out of it, but I have to do almost like 4 passes and like push down, and it's kind of scrapey, has a lot of slip resistance that you usually don't have when you use a nicely finished, you know, smooth finished razor here, DE razor, and you have some water on the middle. Yeah, I remember when I first used this, I thought it was kind of spicy, aggression-wise. I would say on my 125, I would put this at a 2, maybe. So it's not super mild, neutral blade exposure and a 0.76 millimeter blade gap, but it's far from aggressive. Maybe not a super beginner friendly, but like one step up from beginner friendly razor. So if you have started out with a Müller R89 or a Edwin Jagger DE89, or maybe a Merkur 34, or maybe a leaf twig, and you're comfortable using those, and you want to add another experience to your razor collection, you could buy this one here. Aluminum, $49, made in the United States, but in all the places where it counts, when it comes to strength and stability, they use stainless steel inserts and stainless steel pins and threaded parts and all that, so it's really good. The lather channels down here, they're pretty large and big, and clogging is really not an issue. So this razor is the blade curvature, when the blade gets pinched between the top cap and the base plate, the blade curvature is kind of intermediate. It's not extreme, but it's also not super flat. If you have a super flat blade that doesn't get curved much, you have more a scraping cut rather than a slicing cut. This one is kind of in the middle, so it's fairly comfortable. I feel like it's pretty easy to find the right angle too. So the right angle to hold. Kind of the more slab-sided sides make it pretty simple. I think I compared it once to the Hansen AL13, and I have the mildest one of the Hansen AL13. I think they have since done an upgrade or an update. Very slab-sided. This one here is more traditional looking, a little bit more rounded, right? I'm not a super big fan of the dull finish that they use and the super slab-sided sides here. I like having a little bit more flexibility, less contact patch. The more you have contact with a razor, the more resistance there is. When it's rounded over a little bit, it's a smaller contact patch. So I would say this one here, especially with the stainless steel inserts and the stainless steel threaded portion, which the Hansen also does not have. Hansen is pretty much exclusively aluminum here, the top cap. This is the threaded end here is also aluminum. It has only one stainless steel bushing that's supposed to help line everything up. But I think material choice-wise, the Razor company's aluminum razor is the superior product, just because all the wear items, all the parts that hold things together are all stainless, which is good. We already got a pretty good result. So this was only about 2 days of not shaving. Went to church on Sunday, shaved for that. Then Monday we traveled all day, came home yesterday, and then I slept like many hours and got up this morning. So I would say about 2 days. Yeah, we went to a church in somewhere near Kona on the Big Island. Grace Community Church of Kona, I guess. No, I think the town was called something else, but it's near Kona. And it was pretty interesting. The building was pretty much just a roof, no walls. So, and the wind could blow right through the service. It was really nice, actually. It was like a breeze going in the sanctuary, so to speak. Enjoyed it, was good. For Easter Sunday, going to church on an island was pretty interesting. You could hear the birds and, you know, the leaves in the trees and the palm trees and all that. It was pretty interesting. All right. Yeah, I hope you guys all had a good Easter weekend. And here we go, second pass. We're just gonna go across the grain. Well, like I said, this razor is well put together, made in the United States, $49 only. I would say if you use this and keep it dry, so after shaving, you take it apart, take the blade out, dry it off, this is gonna last you a lifetime. Unless you drop it, or you bend stuff, you know. But it works really well, it's pretty comfortable, has just enough blade feel for me. It does have a black dull finish, but it doesn't feel too grippy or too anti-slip, you know? So I have no problem. It doesn't pull on my skin when I do this. I keep forgetting that I actually started doing across the grain on my upper lip just for the sake of your guys' comments, because, you know, like once every week I get a comment, it's like, why are you not going against the grain on your upper lip here, on your mustache section? But I would get such massive razor burn from that. That's why I usually go with the grain a couple times, but now I've started to do with the grain, first pass, and then across the grain now for the second pass. And that usually leads to, I missed something right there. So I mentioned that I'm pretty happy that they rounded over or chamfered this surface a little bit here. I don't know if that comes through. But they still have a relatively pointy edge here, which I don't like. And we're pretty far away from the outside edge with the cutting edge there. So when you go like this, you still have quite a distance. So there are still a couple stubbles sitting up there. Yeah, overall I would say that's 99% there. Here is a little bit of some leftover, and we're just gonna do a pickup pass. I've been doing this more and more lately because again, for your guys' sake, I wanna get to a more or less BBS result. I just don't wanna risk getting ingrown hair here along my jawline. So we did with the grain against the grain down here, and then with the grain now on the second pass. Now let's go across a little bit. This is the most difficult section to get clean because you have the curvature of your neck, so to speak. It's kind of difficult to get this all nice and clean, but for the sake of simplicity, that's good enough. All right, guys, let's rinse off. Feels good, very fresh, mentholated, full strength mentholation. Alum block. A little bit burny now here where I did the reared across the grain pass. But overall a really good result, and no issues here with bleeders and nicks and whatnot. So let's rinse off one more time. And let's dry off this whole thing. Very good. Love it. And then we can already grab alcohol-based 400 milliliters of Proraso green goodness. Nice big puddle in my hand here. Very good. Oh, very good. And then if we really feel strongly about it, we can grab the Balsamo Dopo Bar Refrescante. As you can see, there's very little left. So I'm about to run out of my favorite aftershave balm. Or I should say one of my favorite aftershave balms, because there are other soaps and aftershaves that I love equally as much. So we're back home. We're shaving again, and we enjoyed it. The little razor here for 40 bucks, $49, 50 bucks really, 50 bucks plus shipping probably. Really good. Level 1, I haven't tried the level 2. If I can get my hands on a level 2 plate, maybe I buy the stainless steel plate, because it doesn't look like they sell the aluminum plate individually. We're just trying it out, and recommending to you guys. This is really good for a 50 buck razor made in the US. And fit and finish is great. Yeah, I love it. Alrighty guys, that's it for today. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you are new here, welcome to the community, and why don't you subscribe? There's going to be more shaving related content. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, complaints, put them right down in the not in the description, in the comment section. And in the description, I will put some links to the products that I used today. Alrighty guys, that's it. Take care. Bye.